Let's look today at some German-American vintage pencils. Hello everyone. Today we're going to look at a few sharpened pencils from the unsorted part of my pencil collection. It turns out I don't yet have enough pencils from Staedtler to assign its own cigar box. So these are in the unsorted portion of my collection, which sadly is quite extensive and is a bit of a mess currently. We are looking at these yellow office pencils, presumably from Johann Staedtler. These are made in USA. It is, of course, a German company, but as other pencil manufacturers were doing throughout the 20th century, they were setting up factories in the U.S. Due to various tariff import regulations that made it more cost-effective to set up operations in the U.S. So what we have here are 3 examples of the same pencil. Near as I can tell, I do not own currently an unsharpened version of this pencil, so I am on the lookout for that. I'm sure Bob Tribune has some. In fact, I almost know he does, for sale on his site. It's a very nice looking pencil. The Staedtler family was one of the early families in pencil making in Germany, along with the Faber clan. And Germany took an early lead in early pencil manufacturing, although they were late to adopt the more modern Conte process of making graphite leads. Germany had started out making their graphite leads with a process by which they mixed the graphite with sulfur and made a paste out of it and inserted that into the slats to form the pencils, which was kind of a unique way to do it, and caused them to be able to make pencils more rapidly and cheaply than could be found in other parts of the continent and in England. But was suboptimal at best when it comes to making a nice pencil. But they cornered the market early on cheap, readily available pencils, and it took the rest of Europe a while to catch up, but eventually superseded German manufacturing. Now, by the time this pencil was made, obviously, Germany had upgraded and were making really, really excellent pencils with the Conte, the French method of mixing the graphite with clay, baking in a kiln, and inserting it into the pencil that way. So a little bit of pencil history for you there. Germany had a head start in sheer numbers, but quality was lacking early on. Nobody wants a pencil that smells like brimstone when you're writing, and softens when it's too warm. But yeah, eventually more than caught up. This is a really nice looking pencil. I really enjoy the print on this. It's so crisp. We've got the moon, the crescent moon. I don't know how well you can see that, but that's really cool looking logo there. Number 2 pencil. Notice these are all oriented for a left-handed person. Just nearby those, I found this. I'm pretty sure I did get this one from Bob Tribune. J.S. Staedtler Camel pencil. This one made in Germany, so in their German factory. The quality of the craftsmanship, attention to detail, very, very nice. But also, you'll notice, oriented for a left-handed person. Or the lighting on that one is just, the coloring makes it hard to see, but it's a nice looking pencil too. But yeah, oriented for in a sinistral orientation. So that maybe that was just a common thing with Staedtler. So I don't own enough yet to say for sure. The modern pencils they make that I like quite a bit are standard right-hand orientation. Okay, so what were we talking about here? Number 2, model number 6179. We got the moon insignia, J.S. Staedtler, USA. Is that in quotation marks? That's kind of odd. There's an ellipsis, maybe. Tribune. These are kind of dirty with age and nicked up, some of them. But still, I don't know exactly when these date to, just based on graphics and such like. I would say early to mid 20th century. The ferrule, I'm not sure what metal they're using, but it's a dark metal and not crimped. So it's glued on at the pencil end and at the eraser end. Makes a nice streamlined look. Let's give it the old writing test. My handwriting is always atrocious, but it's more so when I'm trying to work around a camera, just so you know. I don't always write this poorly. The desk is a little wobbly. Time to tighten up one of those legs. Maybe you can hear the scratch over the wobbling. Let's compare it, as always, with a vintage USA made Ticonderoga. Ticonderoga at the bottom. Vintage Staedtler on top. So the Staedtler was made in the USA, but as a European company, I expect their number 2s to write a little bit on the light side and be a little on the scratchier side. That holds true. I think, to me, the Dixon seems a little bit darker, a little bit smoother. The Staedtler, a little bit lighter, a little bit scratchier. Barely perceptible, but I do believe I can tell that. Still, just as a looker, by appearance, judging a book by its cover, that is a fine-looking pencil. Glad I have it. Glad it's part of my collection. Thanks for joining me for this review. Hope to see you here again next time.